Hey!
Yo!
It's them boys. We back again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the heavyweight commentary is in your city!
Hey! You know the deal, baby. Heavyweight commentary in the building.
One more again.
Yes, the boys with the bellies is in the building.
That's right, that's right.
I feel like mine's starting to shrink. I've been on this keto. I've been on this keto fast for a little bit. It's starting to shrink.
I feel like I'm growing where you're shrinking.
I'm gonna adjust to the VIP lounge real quick, cause
Okay.
Listen, y'all. If you didn't know already, you need to know. We in the VIP lounge, baby. Oh man.
You adjusted it the wrong way.
Hey, it's the camera. I can't help it.
You want this one to come in like that?
It's the camera.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
We'll see here in a second.
Let's see. Oh, you right. You might have pulled that out. Yeah.
Pull yours that way. Just
Pull mine a little bit.
Yeah, right there.
All right, making sure y'all stay behind the velvet rope. All right. Because if you're not on the list.
If you're not on the list. See? Look. I'm telling you, man.
Bro, moolah, baby. Money.
Just print $100 bills.
Oh, my. Listen, brother. We going to start printing our own money pretty soon.
You know what? So, all right. Moment of clarity.
Let's talk.
I made a list of things I wanted to talk about the Great American Bash.
Okay.
You know where it is? It's right over there on that camera stand.
Boy.
I went through every match. I was like, I'm taking notes.
Yeah, legit.
So I could talk. And then I just, when you said that, I was like, my list is right over there on the camera stand.
Yo, man, you got iCloud? Can we go iCloud? What are we gonna do?
I don't know. It's on the phone over there, bro.
Okay.
It's in my notes.
Oh, I'm about to say, hey, you can pull up your notes on iCloud. You never know.
I don't know.
You can do it. All right, but yo, it's all good. It's all good.
It's all right. I know what I wanted to say. If we go match by match, if you haven't.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I look at the match card. I don't want to forget anybody. Because, yo, the Great American Bash, NXT Great American Bash, if y'all not see NXT Great American Bash, guys, it was a dope show. And I don't mean Marilyn Manson. I'm talking about this was a great event. Excellent. So we want to get into it, man.
Yo, thanks for joining the live right now, folks. Please like and share. Tell all your friends to come. We're going to talk wrestling.
Absolutely.
We're talking about wrestling.
Get them. Hey, you know what? Hey, for y'all trolls out there, we talking wrestling tonight.
That's right.
You know who you are. Some of y'all want to jump on. We'll talk about whatever. Taylor Swift. Nuh-uh. All right?
Not up in here.
Nah.
Not up in here!
Amen. This the VIP lounge, y'all. All right? So we're going to get right, guys. We're going to get right now. Woo! Well, this was a stacked card.
Yeah, it was a good pay-per-view, man. I thought it was good matches from top to bottom. I mean, obviously I have likes and dislikes with each section, but...
Sure. So, my man said white bread. B-R-E-D. Hey, Tina, we reading comments, baby.
All day, every day.
We reading comments. Yes, that's what we do.
I know you can't see it behind our fancy logo, but this is a laptop that we're reading the comments on. Holla at your boys.
Holla at your boys. So, kicking it off. Okay, it's not, we're not going to unless you want to go pre-show. I'm not talking pre-show. But if you saw it, cool. I didn't see the pre-show.
I did see it.
All right. Any thoughts on the pre-show?
So, for those of you who are following along in NXT.
Wait. Oh, I just now got that. Tina, thank you so much for the compliment. I would be up for reading audiobooks. Not of that variety, my darling. Nah, that's not my bag. You know, I'm gonna leave that to somebody else. But yo, it's all love. Yeah, that's not my bag per se. But You know.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say that
Yeah.
that's over my head because I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay. So here's a clue. She put the pepper on there.
Reading pepper books.
So TikTok, I had to learn this. TikTok, apparently, if you put the pepper, it means it's spicy content.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not about that life either. I'm hot like fire, but I ain't about that life.
It's spicy content. I appreciate that, but Joe, we keep it family friendly.
That should tell you that we ain't about that life.
Listen, Tina, it's all love. It's all love, but yeah, just like WWE, we try to keep the show PG. For the most part, to give all of our viewers an opportunity to watch. And of course, we want to expand the brand. As you know, social media platforms are getting more and more meticulous about content they serve. So we want to serve content. And otherwise, at the end of the day, yes, indeed, Tina, I do give great advice. I have another channel. But you can message us. I'll give you that offline. And then also, of course, you know what? We're brothers in the Lord. You know, we're believers in Christ. And so we have a different agenda altogether.
Well said.
There we go. Well okay. Said. NXT.
Back to the lab again,
yo.
All right. So, as I was saying before we went off on a tangent about learning about things that I don't really want to know about, there's been a ongoing saga with Noam Dar and Meta-Four.
Okay.
He lost the Heritage Cup, which was like his baby.
Yes.
Quite a while back.
Yes.
And when he lost it, he was hurt, and Mensa stepped in and lost the match that he was supposed to fight. So he went into this comatose, sad, depressed state.
Yeah.
They were wheeling him out in a wheelchair, and he was just with drool dripping down him and stuff. He was out of it. So they came up with this plan to try to get him to snap out of it.
Yeah.
And they brought the Heritage Cup, a fake one, and told him it's still his because he never lost.
Oh.
And as soon as they said that, my man jumped up out of the wheelchair and was
wow.
Back at it. So he's a great character.
Yes.
He's one of those characters that you really love to hate. Just snooty, kind of I'm better than you kind of guy.
Noam Dar, I remember him from a while back when he was rocking with Alicia Fox.
Yep.
That's been a minute.
Yep. So he's doing really good. That was kind of the team that owns the cup now versus Meta-Four. So it was Dragon Lee. I can't think of the guy's name. I got the guy that.
I got you. Nathan Frazier.
Yeah.
Dragon Lee.
Yep. And then the two.
Ulyssa Leon.
Yep.
And Valentina Faraz.
Yep. So those two were in NXT Fort Pierce when we were there, and then they fought Lash Legend, Miss Jackson, and Noam Dar and Mensa.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Woo! It's for real.
Never meant to make your daughter cry.
I apologize a million times.
Hey, we in the VIP lounge, y'all. We getting it in. Energy drinks just flowing. It's gonna be a problem in here.
Yes, he does, Tina. The Lord does work magic. All right,
let's go.
It was a good match.
Yeah.
It was a lot of high spots. You got to understand that this type of wrestler is almost lucha type wrestling. They're flying all over the place. That dude, Nathan Frazier, does some stuff I've never seen before. Insane stuff. He does a move off the top like a frog splash, but he's corkscrew spinning the whole time, bam. It's nuts.
The heck is that?
I don't even know what it's called.
What do you call that?
The whirly whip-de-doo move.
Oh my gosh.
But that was a good match. I'm interested to see how they play this forward. They're doing the whole I'm the real champion, you're not the real champion kind of thing.
Yeah.
Going back and forth. Where have I seen that? Can't think of where I seen that recently. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. We can do a potpourri.
Because we need to talk about that. Because that's pretty big.
I agree.
If you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Let's move on to the next match.
Okay, so to actually kick off the Great American Bash show, we had Gallus, that's Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang versus the D'Angelo family, Tony D'Angelo and Stax.
Yes, the Don of NXT.
Dude, the Don. We talked about it last week, man. I like the Don.
Dude, I've seen him in Fort Pierce several times. And when they first came out, I was like, what? But now that it's played out some, like when he got arrested and he went to jail, I was like, this is dope. I like this. I know it was fake. I know it was fake. But it was a great storyline.
So let me throw this at you.
Talk to me.
I feel like the Don, Tony D'Angelo, is who Eddie Kingston should have been.
I agree. I like where you're going.
Yes.
Like the New York family guy.
Oh, 100%.
And when I say family, I mean the family.
The family. Yeah, exactly. You know, like I feel like he should have been connected. He played that up in TNA for a while, and it just fizzled out, and then he just became like your uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like who invited this dude to the party, man? You know, like wears New Balances with everything, and you're like, bro, come on.
He over there drooling in the corner.
Facts. but yo, legit, D'Angelo and Stax versus Gallus. Man, Gallus was actually pretty impressive.
They are a good solid wrestling team.
Yeah.
And they do some pretty good power moves.
Yeah. You know what I really would be excited to see is if these guys get over with the Brawling Brutes. I would like to see and Brawling Brutes are kind of comedic, but I do like what they're doing. Hey, thanks for the follow, Greg Gussie. Much love, Greg Gussie. But yo, I like to see the Brawling Brutes and Gallus maybe come together. That could be a whole Survivor Series team. You know, I could see that.
Yeah. Or like, remember the old League of Nations?
Yes.
I know they're all kind of England, but they could come up with something catchy like that.
I like that. Yeah, that was dope.
Call themselves the Islanders or something like that.
Yes, I like that. You know, yeah. So definitely, man, D'Angelo wrestled a solid match. Gallus definitely wrestled. This match to me did not disappoint. And the only point that I noted that kind of let me down, and it's not the talent's fault. This is, oh my, I don't know why we do this, but it's something that annoys me. WWE is notorious for this. And I've seen the other promotion, but WWE, okay. Let me ask you this. When a singles or tag team championship title is won, the commentators should...
When they win the match?
Yeah. When a title it changes hands, I should say. The commentators should do what?
They should build up the guys that won the title.
100%, right?
Yeah.
When the tag team championship was obviously won by D'Angelo and Stax, it was 1, 2, 3, and the commentators almost like paused, like, "Oh yeah, hey, they won," and then it was I was like, did the belt change hands?
Yeah.
You feel me? I felt like that. I was kind of like, wait, was this for the titles? And as a fan, if I have to ask that question, you didn't do your job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You did not do your job as an announcer if I have to ask if the title actually changed. Because it should be 1, 2, we got new tag team champions. Oh, man, after all this time, you tell the story all over again.
Yeah. So, I like Booker.
Yeah.
In the role that he plays.
Yes.
I don't like the other guy that's with him.
He was the one who fumbled the ball.
I know.
He was the one who fumbled the ball.
He does that quite a lot.
Yeah, it was like 3 count. Oh, yeah. Tag champs, yeah. Well, first, though, actually, he said, oh, yeah, oh, hey, we got winners. And then it's like, oh, we have new tag team champions.
Sarge Fumbling and Wilkerson. Yeah.
But I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah, bro. So he does that quite a lot.
Dude.
Which is probably why he's on NXT and not on the main show.
Yeah, bro, because that was almost, that really did a disservice to the whole storyline, and then finally overcoming and getting the one up and get the gold.
I mean, think of, I look at a few, when you talk about that, I look at a few people in history.
Yes.
I look at JR.
Sure.
One of the best to ever do it.
Oh, hands down.
I look at, oh gosh, Joey from ECW.
Joey Styles was the man.
Joey Styles. Those two, I mean, there was no doubt in your mind what was going on. And I thought, one of the classic moves that I thought, even when Joey and WWE parted ways, he said, I did this by myself.
Yeah.
I didn't need a color commentary. I did all of it by myself.
You know what? I never thought about that. But Joey Styles was the only commentator.
In ECW.
That's crazy, because he made that show feel like it was way bigger.
Yeah. And so that's why I say, when you talk about those kind of guys, that's what you're looking at. Another great one who's really good at it, I think, who gets overshadowed a lot because of where he was, the Schiavone.
You got a good point, man.
Tony Schiavone was pretty good. There was another guy who was in the 80s in I think it was NWA. I want to say it's Gordon Soley. Maybe?
Yeah.
He was really good too.
But dude, to me, and I know some of y'all might not like what I'm about to say.
Bobby the Brain Heenan? Who?
To me, the GOAT of announcing is also the chairman of the board.
Oh, Vince McMahon.
Dude, to me, Vince McMahon was my whole childhood.
Okay. See, I was different. I was a NWA guy, so I saw Schiavone and Gordon Soley and those guys. And then I came over to WWE when it was already JR.
Dude, yeah, I grew up with WWE, Vince McMahon on the announcer. And Vince McMahon made everybody seem like the biggest star, even if it was the Brooklyn Brawler. You were like, oh, man, okay, the Repo Man. The Repo Man, he's going to repossess. You're just like, dang, what's going to happen? He made the show feel big. So shout out to Vince for all those wonderful years of color commentary until Stone Cold actually blew up his spot and let us all know that he was a promoter. For the longest time, I didn't even know Vince was a promoter. So when Stone Cold blew up his spot, I was like, for real?
Yeah.
So that was like the genesis. But anyway, yes. So great match.
On that same line, then who's your color commentary guys?
Okay, so other than Vince,
color commentary.
So
you have announcer.
Okay, got you.
And color commentary.
Got you.
Like Jerry King to JR.
Sure, I have to give it, man. Whoo, yeah, I gotta go. You know what? A guy who does not get the credit he deserves in the world of commentary, hands down, I got to put him over Vince. Well, I should say this. Vince is like the hype man. He an announcer. He was great. But a guy who I could listen to for every single match, Matt Striker.
Really?
Bro, his work in Lucha Underground.
I watched a lot of it, but I didn't pay attention to the commentary.
Now, in all fairness, I think Matt Striker wasn't always announcing live.
Gotcha.
I think a lot of what he did was pre-taped, because Matt Striker, he would say things in past tense like, Prince Puma will try for an armbar, but he won't be successful. But then, and so it was kind of like, okay, was this pre-recorded?
Yeah.
But he was so good, and to announce a lucha match as the action is going, and these guys were getting it, he didn't miss a beat.
So that's announcer.
Yeah, okay.
Color commentary.
Color commentary.
The guy that sits on the side and, and talks.
You know what?
I know we're off on a tangent, but we'll get back.
I got to give it to Taz.
Taz is your guy?
I got to give it to Taz, bro.
Okay.
I give Taz or Jerry the King, but I got to give it to Taz because I think the transition he made from wrestling to being that personality, he really changed the game. And it was kind of like in football, you got a guy like Troy Aikman, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You get these guys who come off, Shannon Sharp. Mm-hmm. These guys come off the field, put the suit on, get on ESPN or whatever, or they get behind. They're doing the NFL Monday night. I liken it to that. And Taz came out of the ring and made that hard transition when, you've seen it a couple times, but Taz really made it a career. And that was dope.
So my GOAT of color commentary is the Weasel. Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Bobby the Brain, I got to give it to you. I got to give it to him.
I still, to this day, remember a match. And when he said this, I was like, that's so messed up, but it's so funny. Because that's how he was.
Yeah.
He would say, slick little comments all the time. And that's my sense of humor. So, for me, I was like, this guy's the best.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it was Eddie Guerrero and Juventud fighting. And he goes, look at this. These guys are out here having the match of their lives. And all the time they're worried about someone stealing the wheels off their house. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what? I was like, how do you get away with this? Is when he was in WCW, obviously.
Oh my God.
But he just threw that out there. I was like, oh my goodness.
Bobby the Brain. Now, on that note, my favorite Bobby the Brain line that had me dying in WCW, matter of fact, he said, you can count to 3, 33, 303. He ain't getting up.
He's not getting up. Yeah, he has so many slick. He was so great at that. He would say something slick, and then if he was valeting for somebody, he would say something slick, and if you caught it, he would duck behind him real quick.
Yes.
He was so good at playing that little weasel.
Yeah, he was a weasel.
He was so good at playing that, you loved just to hate him.
Yes,
that's why I really enjoyed him, because he just brought that extra little step to it.
Well, you make such a great point. Could it be that we're in an age where commentators are not helping to get talent over?
I agree. I think now they're trying. If you listen to WWE and the product that they have, those guys have Vince McMahon in their ears yelling at them the whole time.
Yeah.
Of what to say.
Yeah.
Where I think Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon, when he was doing it, those guys were shooting from the hip.
Sure.
And they were trying to make the guys look good.
Yeah.
Now it's like they're trying to just say the best thing that they can say.
Yeah.
Or say whatever Vince wants them to say to please them. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a different...
Sure.
It's a different thing. And I don't think the guy that does Raw now, he's an Irish guy.
Yeah.
He's great because he gets into it.
Yes.
But I really don't think he knows wrestling that much.
You know what? It's funny you say that because I've caught him a few times and I'm like, and I have learned over the years that Vince likes to hire people from outside to legitimize wrestling. So he'll bring broadcast journalists from other places. Like, remember when they tried Mauro Ronaldo for that for a little while? I
thought he did good.
I like Mauro Ronaldo. I liked it.
Yeah.
Now when he did the whole "you're Jamaican me crazy" with Kofi, I was like, dude, you need to stop.
Yeah.
You need to stop that.
Yeah, he was a little over the top on a few things.
Oh yeah,
he was good.
Mamma mia!
Yes. He had some sayings that were classic, man. Okay, sorry about the tangent. We just had to get on that.
Hey, it's all a part of the show, baby.
That's what we do here. So,
dude, this was, I think, the most anticipated match of the night. Blair Davenport.
That was the most anticipated match for you,
dude. Well, I should say this. Not mine, but I think for storyline and NXT fans overall, I think this was the most anticipated because of the build up.
Okay.
Now, I wouldn't say that I was looking most forward to it because I honestly don't follow the product to that extent. Mm-hmm. But this obviously went viral as far as Roxanne's beatdown on Blair Davenport in, of all places, convenience store. And everybody was comparing that to.
Are you talking about Stone Cold and
you know it
in the grocery store?
Bro, everybody was saying this gives me Stone Cold Booker T vibes. Yeah. They were making the comparisons. Neither of the girls got messy or anything. Yeah. It was, and I like how they booked it. It was a straight up beat down.
Yeah.
And Roxanne finally snapped.
Yeah.
And she's a sweet girl, nice girl, crowd favorite, baby face, like sweet as American pie.
Yep.
But she lost it because Blair just kept dogging her, man.
Mm-hmm.
Classic story.
Jumped her in a fan interaction.
Legit.
Just doing heel things.
Yeah. Now I love how they booked this though because it had that element of whenever you see Roxanne, you never know, Blair could be lurking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and she could come out of anywhere. Photo shoot.
So did you see how they started the match?
Yes, that was dope.
So I thought a good part of it too, a good element that they did was the mom and the sister were there, the little sister.
Yes.
And Blair kept jaw-jacking the mom and the little sister.
Yes.
As they were fighting.
Brilliant.
So it was a well put together match.
Definitely well put together, well paced. Because in matches like that, this was what we call a Weapons Wild match.
Mm-hmm.
In matches like that, you tend to get a little too carried away with trash can lids, kendo sticks, They didn't do the thumbtacks and tables, chairs, the stuff. And you're like, okay. But I think they did so good about making it feel like these girls had such beef. And there was a vendetta, and it had to be settled in the most vicious way possible.
And two, if I saw a lot of elements because again, this is the part that I watched. It's my show, you were going to be more of a AEW.
Sure.
So the little elements like the knee into the head up against the stairs. Okay, what you may not know is Blair did that to Roxanne.
I saw that on a video package.
In a previous match.
Yes.
So that throwing those things in like, okay, here you go.
Yes.
This is some of your medicine back to you.
Yes.
Little things like that. Pulling out in Texas, pulling out the cowbell and beating her with the cowbell.
Yeah.
She clipped her pretty good a couple times with that cowbell, dog.
I was concerned because it ain't too many ways you can gimmick that.
No.
Unless it's made of rubber.
Yeah, but it wouldn't make the noise if it was
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, you had to believe, hey, what up, Dustin?
That's my dog.
Yeah.
Hey, dog. Let me get some of them magic underwears. For real, dog. Hook me up with a set.
Oh, man said magic.
Inside joke.
I got you. It's all good.
Think about different religious organizations, and you'll understand what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I met Dustin in Arizona. See, look, he said I'm rocking him right now.
So, Dustin, you wouldn't happen to be from Utah, would you?
No, I don't think so. I think he's from Arizona.
From Arizona, that's close enough.
Yeah, they like stepbrothers.
Because if I went to boot camp with a dude from Utah, Salt Lake City to be exact, and he had some of the magic underwears. Hey, listen, I thought y'all always from Utah. I'm just saying.
Hey,
no, seriously though, seriously.
So you want to hear something crazy about Dustin? I flew from Oklahoma City to L.A.
Yeah.
Or to San Diego for my college roommate's wedding.
Yeah.
This joker's in San Diego from Arizona while I'm there.
What?
And we just I don't know how it happened, but we randomly just texted or said something, and he's like, yeah, I'm in San Diego right now. And we ended up going to like breakfast or something.
Dude, that's dope, bro. Yeah. That's so dope.
He's my boy, man. I love that guy.
No, it's all love, man. We're teasing, bro. But yeah. I've known my share of Mormons. And you know what, man? I got mad love for my Mormon brothers. Cause I tell you what, them dudes out there grinding all day on the bicycles, they get my mad respect.
And they wearing pants.
Bro, facts. I mean, and it's, dude, I don't care what kind of weather it is. They got the shirt, bicycle, bow tie, whatever. They grinding, man. So much love to the Mormon fam out there doing y'all thing, man.
What's up, Amanda?
Amanda.
Yeah, Malibu's in it.
Oh, hey. That's what's up. But, yo, yeah, man, Blair Davenport, Roxanne Perez. I love they told the story of girl gets beat down, bullied. And I think this is a feel-good story of finally, you know, the girl who keeps getting bullied gets a one-up. With Roxanne Perez, I will say this, and this is my concern about her. I think she's got to be careful to not play too much into this nerdy girl gimmick, because she's giving me AJ Lee vibes. And I think that it's a little too on the nose. You know, I'm talking ring gear, when she's, you know, in street clothes, she's even dressing like her. Maybe it's not intentional, but she's really kind of like AJ Lee 2.0.
So, understand she's very young, too.
Got you.
She's not Thea Hale young, but she's very young.
Dude, don't say that name. Don't say that name, dude, because...
Dollar bill.
Dude, we gonna be on that for a while.
Okay.
So you say that name, brother.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Yeah, okay. So yeah, man. Roxanne Perez, loving to give. Blair Davenport, too.
Good heel work.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what you caught, because I know you don't watch it as much as I do.
Yeah.
But even in, like, live events.
Aye, lady.
Bye, Felicia.
Love you.
Even in live events, before she came out, she dressed in all black and jumped people.
Nice.
For a good minute before she revealed who she was.
Nice. Well, you know what? I do remember seeing the original beatdown, and nobody knew.
Roxanne was one of them.
Yes. It was just kind of like this, who's this random character, this figure in black? I do remember that.
And everybody was speculating, oh, it's this person, it's this person.
Yeah.
And nobody was even close to it being Blair Davenport.
I like it. I'm going to say it over and over again. I just want to see female heel wrestlers get away from the typical look, which is
black leather,
the hair dye. Either it's punk or goth, and it's like, listen, break the mold. Don't keep doing what everybody else is doing.
Be your own person.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to get over.
Yeah, I mean, talk to every wrestler who is over or who is a superstar or a megastar or a billionaire star, whatever you want to say. All of them will tell you, when I went to my own personality and just cranked the volume up.
Yeah.
You can't, when you try to be a character, it comes off as being a character.
Exactly.
But when you're yourself and the volume's just cranked up, it's way more believable and way more likable.
Oh, yeah, because you're going to do natural stuff that actually gets over, like The Rock. I never forget when The Rock first came out, and as The Rock character from Rocky Maivia, me and my brother used to laugh our heads off because everything he said, if you were sitting around playing dominoes with your uncle, at least, where I grew up, you probably grew up the same way.
Yep.
The old timers would say stuff like Rudy Poo. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you a little Rudy Poo. And that had a certain, meaning to it. You know what I'm saying? You was kind of sissified or whatever, as they would say back in the day. You know, look at this. There's Rudy Poo. You know,
little jabroni.
Yeah, but jabroni, monkey this, monkey that. Everything was, monkey.
Big steaming pile of monkey crap.
Yeah. Well, get your little monkey behind out.
Yeah.
That's what it was back in the day.
Go get yourself a tall glass of shut up juice.
Yeah. Laying the smack down.
Oh, yeah.
That was stuff that I was familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And he just pulled that. I think what he did, I still maintain it. He hung out with his father and started kicking it. And they were probably kicking it, playing dominoes, playing spades, something, whatever. And talk.
I was about to say talk.
Oh, yeah.
Talk.
And then next thing you know, I think he picked up on all
the lingo.
The clowning and stuff that they used to do around the table, just goofing off, whatever.
Playground basketball.
Exactly, talking trash. And he said, I'm going to bring this to the ring. And it worked.
Oh, it worked. It was, like you said, printing $100 bills.
Legit. Just and nobody was, which was crazy, nobody was doing it.
Yeah, I read his book, the original book that he wrote, and I thought it was cool because once he went to that character, they started giving him more and more leeway to be that character.
Yes.
And he was one of the first guys that they gave carte blanche for his promos.
Yes.
Because most of the promos, if you don't know, are scripted.
Legit.
And, later in his career, when he wasn't doing it all the time, he got caught for having notes.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
No, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, when he was going in the program with John Cena was constantly calling him out for not being a full-time wrestler. And blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he said, yo, dog. He pulled his wristband off and he goes, I don't need to have notes from my promo on my wrist because from the back, when The Rock was holding the mic, the camera caught and he had notes written out on his wrist.
Oh, dude, I never knew that.
Yeah. Ironically, I was watching a video. It was John Cena's most savage moments.
Yeah.
And that was one of them.
Wow.
Because he came out and just clowned him for that.
Oh, you know that, of course.
And only John Cena can.
Yes.
Say what you want about the guy, 5 moves of doom, blah, 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 he buried guys. One thing he was very good at was clowning you on the mic.
Dude, brilliant.
The dude, that was probably his best skill.
Absolutely.
Hands down, another one that he absolutely just buried on the mic was Roman Reigns.
Dude, no, that was vicious.
He said, I'm here because you can't do your job.
That was vicious. But, as fate would have it, Roman got the last laugh. I love it.
Yep.
I love it. So, yes. Yeah, I just want to see these girls in NXT step up. And not all, because we're going to talk about a couple that are doing it big. But I want to see the NXT future, the ladies division, step up and break the mold. Do something that nobody else is doing. Because you look at some others who have and are very successful. Bianca Belair comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Becky Lynch comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to talk about it because we're going to talk about a few more. But, yeah, I would say for Roxanne Perez, break the mold. Don't be AJ Lee 2.0. Be you.
So there was something that I can't remember if it was on that pay-per-view or, before or after, but it was a program with Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, my gosh.
Did she fight in this one or no?
No, but she had that match with Rhea Ripley that was ridiculous.
Right. So, after the match, Rhea got in her face and said, beat JC Jane. And something clicked in her because she became more aggressive.
Yeah.
And she stopped trying to fit into that character role.
Yeah.
She started becoming like they attacked, and that was part of Tuesday night's show. But she's starting to break away from that character and starting to be more of the aggressor and that kind of, which there was a backstage incident and Mommy happened to be walking by and she goes, that's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you guys are starting to get it,
Oh, exactly.
Everybody wants to say what they want. I still think she's one of the greatest of all time.
Bro, at this point.
And she's so young. That's the crazy part. She has got the game so figured out.
Yes.
Like, on a storytelling level,
yes,
an action
what up,
level,
Jesus?
You know, every aspect of the game, she's on point. She's on point on the mic. Have fun in rehab, bro. The comments in the ring when she's standing outside the ring, valeting for Dom.
Brilliant.
Everything she does is meticulously beautiful.
And what I love, even in the backstage attack, my man said Dominic the GOAT.
Easy, big fella.
You know what? I love Dom, but Dom would not be Dom without Mommy.
Right.
Mommy is very well could be the GOAT.
Yes.
Dom is riding Mommy's coattails. Real talk.
He's got a lot of work to prove that he's the GOAT.
Facts.
He can't even hold his father's shoes right now.
Hey, come on, my bro. Hey, appreciate the love. Yeah, man, it's real, bro. Because Mommy, woo.
Oh, y'all didn't see that.
Mommy is the real deal. But you're right. I think Rhea Ripley is one of the top notch, and she does have the game figured out. I was dying again. She told Raquel Rodriguez, "I'll enjoy your time in rehab," and I'm like, "Who says something like that?"
A great heel.
But you know who she reminds me of? And I said this before, I'm going to say it again. She reminds me of Bad News Barrett in female form. Mm-hmm. And she does Bad News Barrett better than Bad News Barrett.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Yeah. I love that gimmick.
Oh, it was great. When they started putting them up on the thing.
Yes. But you know what? I think, unfortunately, it didn't see the light of day the way it should have.
Right.
But Rhea Ripley, I think, is delivering that in a way that's so much more aggressive. And you're like, man, she's sinister.
Yeah.
But I love it.
It's great. And
I appreciate the light, Jesus.
The dichotomy of her character is she is so sinister, but yet she shows you moments of softness, like in her interactions with Dom.
Yes.
So it's not all like in her interactions with the Judgment Day. It's not always like enjoy rehab. You're like, rah. Sometimes she'll cut a smile and you can tell she's just like, it's just a beautiful, like, again, man, totally polished from top to bottom, and you don't see that much with that young of a person. Because she's really young.
Yes. But I tell you what, I don't know what they're doing with in Australia. And maybe it's kind of like Scotland, where you have these other wrestlers out here with a chip on their shoulder, and they want to prove that we belong in this world too. Mm-hmm. You think of Aussies, Rhea Ripley, you got Buddy Matthews, the Iconics.
Aren't Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews in a relationship?
I believe so. Rhea and Buddy Matthews are in a real life relationship. Yeah.
Iconic.
The Iconics.
They were great.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the Aussies, man.
I couldn't believe they let them go. So dumb.
The only real tag team that was a women's tag team. The only real women's tag team out there, not contrived. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah. They were brilliant. All right, so, okay, NXT, Great American Bash. We talked about the opening match. We talked about Blair Davenport, Roxanne Perez. Gable Stevenson versus Baron Corbin.
Boo! 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 God! I wanted to poke my eyes out watching that.
Bro, that match was...
booty cheeks. So...
cheeks.
Here's my... I had such high hopes for this.
I didn't. Go ahead.
Well,
sorry.
I had high hopes because I'm like, okay, we got a guy who's a legit wrestler. Okay?
Okay, go ahead.
So, think of the guys we've had before who are legit wrestlers.
Yeah.
Brock.
Yeah.
Kurt.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Gable decided to go the route of Kurt 2.0. Except, it was more like Kurt -0.8.
100%.
And he doesn't have the charisma that Kurt has.
Facts.
He probably has the ability that Kurt and Brock has.
Yeah.
But not the charisma.
100%.
And everything was so labored and forced, and even his, like, I wanted him to get in there and just be a monster and just
Prime Shaq
and just ragdoll Baron Corbin.
Yeah, of course.
Like, for me, for that to have been a successful debut, it should have been Suplex City.
Exactly.
What he did in the underground where people were running up and he was just throwing them, he should have done that with Baron Corbin all over the place. Inside the ring, outside the ring, up against the wall, up against the stairs. He should have just been throwing that dude all over the place. And he didn't.
Do you think WWE is booking themselves into a corner by making a guy like Gable Steveson wrestle a Baron Corbin? Because Baron Corbin can't get squashed at this point in his career. It's not gonna build him up. Do you think that they messed that up on the booking side?
I think they tried to do that to give legitimacy to Gable.
Yeah.
I don't think Gable delivered.
Why is his name Gable?
I don't know.
I know it's his real name, but why? Don't call the man Gable. Because guess what? You already got a guy named Gable.
Right.
Who's an Olympic medalist?
Right. And he came out in his USA singlet, all red singlet with his name on the back with a USA flag on it. Again, like from the underground match, which I don't know if you saw.
I see it.
So do you remember when they did the underground for a while?
Sure.
He was working with I can't think of his name. Eddie
Thorpe?
Eddie Thorpe.
Yeah.
He was teaching him how to do suplexes and how to be a little more aggressive. And then somebody stepped to him in the underground afterwards, and Gable just flung him. And then somebody came up, and he just started flinging people. And he's standing there, and this big monster dude, like this much bigger than Gable's, like breathing over top of his head. And he turns around, and he sees this guy, and he grabs him and flings him over the top of his head. And this big dude flips over like this and lands like he legitimately flung him. So for me, I'm like, he's just fixing to go buck wild.
Legit.
And that's what I was expecting. And I got the soft, quiet little nursery school version of that guy. And it just was like.
Do you think he had to pace himself because he's not used to wrestling?
I don't know, but if you look at the overall trajectory of the show, it was going. They got that match, and it went boom.
Yeah. It was, dude.
And it was so bad that the people were cheering for Baron Corbin.
And then when I know the finish by disqualification, I was like, "What is this?" And then the crowd immediately boo.
Yeah.
You know, the crowd's chanting bull, and I don't mean Dempsey.
Right. Yeah.
They wasn't chanting bull. I was like, wait a second. Are y'all saying bull fit? Like, you want to see bull? No. It was the other one. It was, you get it. Malarkey. They were like.
That's a great word.
Malarkey. Yeah, they said this is garbage. Because, like you said, the match was lackluster. Mm-hmm. On NXT, and NXT is always hot.
Yeah. And again, I'm not really sure.
Hat. Hey, what's up, guy with hat?
I'm not really sure why Baron Corbin is in NXT to begin with. Doggone golfing.
Hey.
In the house. I'm not really sure why Baron Corbin's there anyways.
Yeah.
And now I do like that they kind of rebranded him with Burn the Ships. Because that's a great mentality. How we keep everybody going that way, you burn the area of retreat. You set the ships on fire and there's no way to go back that way.
Yes.
We got to go forward.
Yes.
I like that mentality. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not looking back. I'm going forward. But he's not fighting that way. He's getting squashed every time he gets into a big match with someone.
But here's the problem. If you got to repackage a guy, think about how many times guys have reinvented themselves over long careers. Okay, take a Chris Jericho, Edge, Randy Orton. We're talking about long 20-year careers we're talking about. You take Baron Corbin, I mean, you could call that, I don't know, less than 10, definitely.
No, he's 10.
Not 10? Okay. Yeah. Counting NXT, 10. He's been repackaged a lot.
Yeah.
He was the Lone Wolf.
They should have never taken him out of the Lone Wolf.
No, I agree.
When they did that, they hurt him.
I agree.
And then he was floundering, Happy Corbin was stupid.
Well, you're Lone Wolf. You had King Corbin, Bum Corbin, Happy Corbin. And I know there's something else in the mix in there, just, like Limbo Corbin.
Stupid Corbin.
Exactly. And then now you have Burn the Ships, Pirate Corbin?
Yeah.
So that's like, at least we're counting like 5 or 6 iterations of the same guy in 10 years. That's not good.
Yeah, it's like every 2 years you're changing.
Exactly. That's not good. Because you should be able to carry, at least carry your character out without communicating, hey guys, I am, like, for example, you could say, hey, I am the Annihilator. Okay? That moniker might follow you. Like Seth Rollins, for example. He's still the architect. He's still the visionary. He's all these different things. Right? But he is his own man.
Correct.
That happens. But for you to literally try to keep getting repackaged because they can't do anything with you?
Yeah, but Seth Rollins is still the same Seth Rollins. He's just got a different name.
Exactly. He
hasn't changed his look.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't dye the blonde passion.
Yeah.
He hasn't, gone from long hair, big, mean, ugly guy to shaved head, smiling.
Yeah, exactly.
He's still been the same guy. Yes. He might dress different now.
Sure.
He's still the same guy.
Same style, everything.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's a problem.
That was very disappointed in me. And that was to me, that was the lowest point of the pay-per-view.
My biggest problem with Gable Stevenson.
Excuse me. Premium live event.
Yeah, PLEs. Yeah, PLEs, brother. Gable Stevenson.
Talk to me.
Okay?
Talk to me.
Literally, the name Gable is already taken. Right? That's number 1. Number 2, the 2-syllable Olympic wrestler gimmick is already taken. Kurt Angle. Then you have Gable. Gable. What are you thinking about? The singlet. Oh, I'm an Olympic medalist.
What does Chad Gable wear to the ring?
A red singlet, and he's an Olympic medalist.
Yeah.
Okay? Think about it like this. You had Kurt Angle. Okay? You had Gable, and people forget about Jason Jordan.
I haven't forgot about him.
Yeah. Real fans know Jason Jordan, and they try to push him as Kurt Angle's son.
Yeah, that was so dumb.
Yeah. So Angle, Gable, Jason Jordan, not to mention Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, who were wrestlers with Kurt Angle. That's 5 guys. That will make Gable Stevenson number 6 in this Olympic wrestler dynamic.
And only 2 of them really have gotten over with it.
Exactly. So why are we rehashing this? Hey, Base Dad, I love it.
Where do you put them? What do you do with them?
You know what, man? Gable Stevenson's got a great look.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, the dude looks like $1 million.
Yeah.
The only path from here is he's got to come back and go, okay, and just get mean.
Well, rumor had it that he was thinking about going back to the Olympic world and not really doing that. So, I don't know. But one thing I know the one person who I believe could take him to the promised land, and they need to get on him ASAP, is MVP. You get Gable Stevenson MVP, and MVP gets in his ear. Now he's no longer the Olympic guy. He doesn't care about Olympics. As a matter of fact, let him get on the mic and absolutely shred the Olympics. shred his service to the country, to sports, to wrestling.
Yeah, he's got to heal out. He's got to just become just a despicable kind of character.
Oh yeah, and then guess what? You can literally get him Bobby Lashley treatment. Okay? It's easy. MVP gets him. Hey, listen, come on, kid. When you get with me, you fly in first class, if not flying private charter jets. You get with me, you're going to be in the limousines. You get all the girls popping bottles. And then now Gable Steveson has this idea that he is God's gift to wrestling. And then he starts to even think that professional wrestlers are no good.
Yeah, starts to exude out of him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's tattooed. He's a young guy. He shouldn't be milking cookies. You know? He should be a vicious dude who looks like, he could mess you up in the street.
You know, it reminds me that who I think, and I can't remember their name, and maybe you can.
Yeah.
But Precious Paul Ellering was with them for a while. They were two big monsters.
Oh my gosh! Dude, what AOP?
Yeah.
Authors of Pain.
He should be that kind of a guy.
Dude, I got nothing against that, brother. I got nothing against that.
That's what I mean. Like, he should come out and just wreck people. Like, they need to do a year and a half of squash matches just of him just mauling people.
Yeah, you know what, really and truly, I would compare him to is Brock Lesnar.
That's what I'm saying.
Just make him the next. He is the new next big thing.
Just trot. So I love indie wrestlers, but trot indie wrestler after indie wrestler out in front of them just to get just absolutely just demolished. Here's your night in the sun, kid. Guess what? You're taking 34 suplexes tonight.
Facts.
We'll pay you good, but you're eating it.
I mean, if anything, he should be tapping guys out. He's a legitimate amateur wrestler. Why is he not tapping guys out?
Yeah, why is he not, like, wrestling people? That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like, just throw them over the ring, kick them, stomp them, just be mean, nasty, like, chew on nails, spit out glass,
yes.
All that kind of stuff that they talked about. Just be mean.
Well, you know the perfect prototype is Will Hobbs in AEW. If you remember, Will Hobbs came out and he was smiling. He wore the singlet and he was, just legit jacked kid, but he was milking cookies and trying to get the crowd on his side. Next thing you know, Taz gets him and he's Powerhouse Hobbs. And now Powerhouse Hobbs is going back to his old neighborhood in the mean streets, thugging it out, punking dudes on the block. And he's got a nasty attitude, and he doesn't have like the nicest grill either anyway. So when he sneers, he looks like sinister.
Right.
That's the kind of treatment that Gable Steveson needs.
Yeah.
Get that guy looking mean, aggressive, nasty, and doing the grunt work, the dirty work. As a matter of fact, I wish the Hurt Business never went defunct.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. I feel you. But if anything, a great transition for him, the Hurt Business.
Yeah, 100%.
MVP, Hurt Business, get Omos back into the fold.
Yeah, he needs help.
Oh, legit. And have Gable Steveson enter that. Because guess what? You want a breakout star to come through, put him in a faction, and treat him like you did a young Rocky Maivia.
How about what they did with Randy Orton? Evolution.
Bro, it's a given.
You had Ric Flair and Triple H, and they brought in Batista and Randy Orton, who at the time were up-and-comers, but were still relatively unknown.
Yeah,
Randy Orton was doing, laughing and milk and cookie type stuff.
Yeah.
And Batista didn't talk.
Yeah.
He was just a monster. So you bring him into this faction with Ric Flair and Triple H, two of the best ever.
And what are they doing in their vignettes? What are they doing?
Yeah.
Popping bottles.
Yep.
All right. Kicking it.
Yep.
Styling and profiling.
Yeah.
They gave them a moniker. They gave them something to say, you know what, man, these guys are probably legit.
And think of the Rattlesnake character was born out of that.
Facts.
Not Rattlesnake, the Viper.
The IED.
Yeah.
All of that.
That was born from, he was the legend killer. He became the legend killer from that.
Exactly.
And then it just morphed into this character that was, I mean, think about when Randy Orton transitioned from there. He was like in a group all of his own, because he had like this. You're like, is this dude really psycho?
Dude, I think Randy Orton.
The song "Voices in My Head" was perfect.
Oh, 100%. Randy Orton and Kane, I think, are the best to ever do psychology in wrestling.
And Randy Orton was physically gifted as well as anybody that's
100%.
been in the ring.
100%.
I mean, if you were going to build a prototype wrestler, you would start with him. And
yeah.
So
I'm with you.
I think that's what they need for to change with Gable, because right now it's the Rocky Maivia, and it's not. They're going to start chanting "Die, Gable, die."
Yeah, facts. I think he just needs to really get there. I think, honestly, what needs to happen is Kurt Angle needs to come back for a one-off, maybe a couple, maybe a two-off, and offer to coach Gable. Hey, man, I've been where you've been. I want to help you out. And then give Kurt Angle a little arc where he's a manager for Gable. And then, boom, last thing you expect, Gable rips him apart.
And then goes into Hurt Business.
Exactly. Gable rips him apart, destroys Kurt Angle, and you say no! And you hate the guy because, number one, Kurt Angle's not in that position to go.
It's the story of Rocky.
Exactly.
And what was his name?
Tommy Gunn.
Tommy Gunn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just destroy Kurt Angle. Put Kurt Angle in the ankle lock. Break Kurt Angle's ankle. Make Kurt Angle tap, but only it's not a match, so he can't really tap. And then do it in front of his family. Yeah. Make it distinguished.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then have an event where Kurt Angle is being honored or whatever you call it, an anniversary career. So who cares? Whatever. Just make it happen.
And just come out and smash him.
And he just destroys him.
Just suplexes him all through the table.
Yes.
The podium, slams him everywhere, just breaks stuff everywhere.
Yes.
Piles all the trash on top of him and walk out.
Yes.
And just be like,
that's a wrap.
Okay.
Book it.
I'm telling you, WWE, we're giving you storylines. Every week we're giving you content.
I don't know what else we can do.
I mean, seriously. Like, how are we not on the payroll yet?
I'm trying to tell you, fam. I'm trying to tell you.
We could sit and hash it out, and we've already came up with better content than you created.
100%. Yo, Dominic Mysterio took on Mustafa Ali. Oh, and get it right. Mustafa Ali versus Wes Lee. Your thoughts?
I thought it was a pretty good match.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think all the guys held their own.
I thought it kind of ended how I thought it would end.
You know, that's the hard part.
Unfortunately, I feel like that's the moniker that Dominic has right now, is he can't win without interference from Mommy or the Judgment Day.
And I agree with you, and I get the character. I get the Dirty Dom.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, you know, he's that squeaky little, slimy little, greasy.
Gutter rat.
Yeah, you're just like, oh my goodness, I want to see somebody smash his face in. But
I'm glad you said that. Do you know what Gorgeous George said?
What's that?
Do you know who Gorgeous George is?
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous said, a lot of people will pay money to see you.
Yeah.
But a lot more will pay to see you lose.
100%.
And I think that's the space that Dom is in right now.
Oh, it really is. It really is. They don't even want him. He's got such crazy heat.
They don't even want him talking.
Oh, my goodness. He is...
Even in NXT, which is such a small venue, he still gets booed out of the building.
And you think about it. Dom is everybody... He's that kid that nobody liked in school.
Right.
He can wear the finest clothes. Yeah. He can pull up to school in a brand new sports car. You know, he can basically walk on to any college team he wants or choose his career or work for the family business, and he's always going to be paid, taken care of, and he can get tattoos when you got to ask your mom for permission. Yeah. All the stuff that you want to do, he can do it, and he's a jerk.
And he tells you about it. Why?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got to ask mommy for a tattoo?
Yeah, and he's got a hot girlfriend, and you're like, right. Yeah, I have no prom date. Right. You know, it's like everything about him is the guy that you hated in high school, right? Because he has the world handed to him on a silver platter, and he deserves none of it. And he dishonors his father, disrespectful. And you want to smack his face. He's a kid who cussed out the coach, but still gets a start on game night.
So, question, because you brought up something here.
Yeah.
Did you watch NXT last night?
I did not.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Keep that what you just said.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So, yeah, I mean, it was honestly a very predictable match. High spots, good match. Mustafa Ali had an awesome 450. Shout out to the cameraman. Great camera work in that match. Yeah. But it was hard to catch all the stuff these guys were doing.
Right.
That was the hallmark for me. The camera work was outstanding.
Yeah, the production is even though it's the minor leagues, they still have high production value.
It was legit. So, great match. I don't think anybody believed that Don was going to lose. If you did, I'm sorry, but that ain't how this goes, kid.
No.
That's just not the game, all right? So,
skip that one.
Who we skipping? Oh, my gosh, no!
We'll save that one for last.
Okay, that's hard. I couldn't wait to talk about it. Okay, all right.
So, the main event.
Carmelo Hayes.
Melo don't miss.
Does Melo really don't miss? Ever?
Well.
I know how you feel about that.
There's a dichotomy there. Because if you watch the match, he missed. His finisher is the off the top rope axe kick that Booker T did, but he does it off the top rope. He missed. And they kind of swept it under the rug a little bit on commentary there. And then when he went up to the end, they go, and he's going for his final shot. And when Melo takes his shot and he hits it, he goes, he doesn't miss. And I'm like, excuse me, but 2 minutes ago, homie missed.
Melo don't miss, except for that one time we don't talk about Melo missing.
So, Dragunov beat the brakes off that dude.
Dude, Dragunov.
So you see why I like the guy now, right?
Dude, Ilya Dragunov is such a breath of fresh air.
He's a throwback and new, all in one, and I love the guy. I really do. He's such a great character.
Ilya Dragunov's the kind of guy that smacks you in the mouth and you say, "Yes, sir, may I have another?" Mm-hmm.
Because if you hit him with a brick, he's going to get back up and hit you with 3.
Facts. And he's
laugh at you.
He's a man's man. He wrestles like a man.
You know, what he makes me think of is, like, in the movies, you see, like, the big guy standing there and the little guy just cold cocks him.
Yes.
And he goes like this. And looks at him and you're just like, oh, dang. I done messed up.
Yes.
That's kind of what I feel like when you hit this dude, because he just like eats it and he's like, ha.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can see the intensity. I thought it was great. I don't know if you saw it, but when he came out, he hung on the top rope and was staring at the camera, and the camera was like this was the whole camera.
Yeah.
And he had red contacts.
Yes.
And he's just staring at. I was like, dude, this is legit.
Bro, I love the whole red theme because, hey, red is something that it just brings a whole vibe to the equation where you're like, I don't know why it works, but it just, especially with the whole idea of Soviets, like toughness and say what you will, but Russian athletes are known for their toughness, for their grit, just known for being dominable.
So I had to go back and watch some of this because I hadn't really seen it, but he had a great program in NXT Europe with Gunther.
Whoa. Yeah, it's funny you say that because that's who I want to see him take on.
Yeah. They had a program already in NXT Europe, but that was so like a segmented that not a lot of people saw it.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that match because them two boys, I automatically want to see Ilya Dragunov versus Sheamus. Drew McIntyre.
I tell you a match again that I think you'll gain a lot of respect for him was Ilya Dragunov versus Dijak.
Dude, that's insane. On paper, that's insane.
It was such a great match. And again, I talked about this before on stream. Dijak is known for botching. Okay? Known for it. We all know it. It's just who he is. It's why he's mid-card on a developmental program 20 years into a career.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's just the level that he is. But he's a big, nasty guy. There was a point in this match where he had beat Dragunov into the corner and he had his hands up like this on the ropes. And Dijak was supposed to hit him in the stomach with a kendo stick. And he kept hitting him in the wrist. And you could see, like, it hurt so bad. And my man was shaking. And at the end of the match, there was, like, black and blue, like, raised whelps already on the arm.
Gosh.
Like, he would hit him, and he was trying to sell it so hard. Like, his hands were shaking because he was in so much pain. Like, he was just shaking. And I was like, dang. But he was supposed to get hit here, but he's getting hit in the wrist. Imagine that. Dude swinging a kendo stick and hitting you in the wrist when he's supposed to hit you in the stomach.
And it don't mean, ain't nothing to erase that. You get smacked.
I could wear stuff here or here.
Yeah.
Way better than I can wear it right here.
Ain't no meat, brother.
And so, like, that was just such... Well, go back and watch that. 2 matches, you got to go back. The match with Gunther and then that match. And you'll like, okay, dude, I thought he was here. He's another level above that.
Dude, Dragunov legit.
I mean, think about it. He went and did a pretty good match with Braun Breaker.
Legit.
So, I mean, he can bang.
I will say, man, I was honestly rooting for Dragunov because he was such a breath of fresh air. It was something fresh, new, exciting, mellow. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a great performer. I think he's outstanding. I think here's my problem, and this is my main problem with black performers. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
Stereotype.
100%, 100%. I'm like, where do we go? Because I think Bobby Lashley has done well to break out of that.
Yep.
But you have a lot of guys. You have Street Profits.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And I always say black. I say guys,
money.
Men of color.
Yeah. Money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the primetime players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In the parking lot selling used goods.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Crime Time.
Yeah.
You know, it's, come on, guys.
Crime Time and not Street Profits, but there was another one that was very similar to Crime Time.
Oh, yeah. And you know, I appreciate Nation of Domination was actually something that was unique.
Yeah.
When it did come out because they were more militant.
Yeah.
And they weren't doing the typical street stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not hating on Mello. I just think you got to be careful because we already got a Montez Ford. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We already have a Ricochet. You know, you're not necessarily differentiating yourself. Yeah, Mello don't miss, but it's kind of like...
So he misses.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're kind of using these dated sports references. And you're kind of...
I'm going to hang your jersey in the rafters. Nobody gives a crap about that.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, bro, I get it, but... Maybe it's just me, but yeah, man, I think it's hard, you know, when you're watching and you're saying, okay, I love when Apollo Crews broke the mold and went Nigerian. That was something so unique. And then now it's like, where's your accent? What happened? Kofi Kingston.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be Jamaican?
Yeah. But hey, New Day.
Yeah.
They broke the mold because you're throwing pancakes, unicorns, rainbows. What the heck is that?
Making their own cereal.
Yeah, what is that? But they broke
They did their own thing.
Exactly.
what did we say earlier? They were themselves cranked up to 10. Because when you look at them when they came before they got together, they were trying to be something they weren't.
Exactly.
And then when they got together, they realized, hey, we can make this work because it's just who we are. I mean, I love Xavier Woods. I almost called him Xavier Creed. I don't know why.
Is there a reason for that?
And wasn't that his name before?
Well, yeah. He was Consequences Creed, but in his real life, he's Austin Creed. So you're probably thinking of his gaming and all that. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I love that he does the gaming channel.
Yeah.
And they play into that.
Yeah.
I love that. Because that's who he is.
Yeah.
I play video games.
Exactly.
I game in PC. I play video games. I love up, down, down.
Yeah.
And if you're a video gamer, that means something to you.
Yes.
If you ever had Contra in your life, you know what up, down, down is. Up, down, down, left, right, BA.
You already know, bro.
I mean, that's something that was built into your soul as a kid.
Yes.
So I love that they go that route, but again, it's themselves turned up to a volume.
Exactly. So, bro, yeah, man. Yeah, I just want to see Mello break out of the mold of the typical, like you call it stereotypical
braids, shades.
Yeah. It's like, because to me, I watch wrestling to see, yes, art imitating life, but not to the point where it's like I can literally walk through the mall and meet you. You got to be a star at a certain level where I'm like, wow, yeah, that guy's relatable, but I would never see him in public. I wouldn't walk up on the guy who works at Foot Locker or the kid at the frozen yogurt place, you know.
Right. And they're trying with the silk. Now he's wearing silk shirts and he's got it open. I'm like, come on, dude. Come on. I just
boy, I told it. I would have told my man, dog, you need to pause. Because he came out with that cowboy hat and vest looking real zesty. Mello's man looking mad zesty, bro. That man was looking zesty.
He said zesty. Oh, bro, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I get you're in Texas, bro. But just because you're in Texas doesn't mean you wear a hat.
Bro, you in Texas, but I think that's the wrong side of Texas.
You came straight from San Francisco.
Yeah, for real. You might be, I don't know what you're going to go to, what activities you're going to do after the fact.
You're going to go drink some Bud Lights.
Whoa! In the special limited edition can.
Yeah.
No, I think the boy gonna go sip one of a few White Claws. I don't know.
Shout out to John Bulldog.
Yes. Whew, wow. All right, man.
All right. I wanted to say this for last because this is a conversation.
Save the best for last.
If we're going to do that, then we got to wait a little while to talk about this match but, I mean, we can talk about it now.
Dude, I've been itching to get to this.
Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany time.
It's Tiffany time.
Yeah.
Versus my girl, Thea Hale.
My girl, your girl, our girl.
Dollar bills, y'all. Just print money.
Bro, strap a rocket ship on this girl and send her out of the atmosphere.
19 years old. Dump truck loads of charisma. Can submission wrestle. Can bang regular kind of wrestling, you know. She's got it all. Talk on the mic.
Bro, Thea Hale. I know you've been talking about for a minute. Mm-hmm. I haven't followed her work like that. But when I saw her Great American Bash, I was like, all my dreams have come true.
Bro, so you see how when she came out and she just was constantly running in a circle?
Dude.
She does it in live events. Like, she never stops moving. It's like a water bug. Remember in the pool when you was younger, the bugs be on top of the water? And they're like,
Yeah.
That's how she is, man.
Dude, it's impressive. Number one, her cardio is insane.
Insane.
Number two, just the fact that she channels that energy. And okay, yeah, there's a little, it's kind of cheesy, but it works because she's dialing it into her character.
Yeah.
You know? And she wasn't that insane, but hooking up with Chase U took her to that next level to say, hey, listen, I am on the team. I am exuberant. I'm excited. I believe in this. I'm a fanatic for the cause.
So, I think this is, again, every once in a while, WWE hits a home run with their storytelling, their long-term storytelling. So you have to go back a month or so.
Yes.
Because we talked about it on here. Mr. Chase was out.
Yeah.
And the MVP was in charge of the school, and he was kind of phoning it in.
Uh-huh.
So he invited Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey to come teach Chase U.
Yes.
And they kind of lit something inside of Thea Hale. She went from being just the bubbly person to having this mean streak in her.
Yes.
And it wasn't like a mommy mean streak.
Exactly.
It was, listen, you're not going to treat me like I'm a little kid.
Yeah.
I'm going to fight you, and you're going to know that I'm there, kind of a thing. And I think that's what the transition in her character was so great. This was one of those moments where I think in the end of the match, they really dropped the ball. However, seeing last night, I don't think they did.
Wow.
When you watch it, you were like, why would you do that? Because, you know, the end of the match, Mr. Chase threw in the towel to stop her from getting hurt.
Yeah, man.
Last night, she was totally defeated. Walked out, head down. She's like, was talking and was like, I don't know why you would do that to me.
Wow.
And, you know, Baron Corbin came in and shut up, little girl. You know, this wrestling business is hard, blah, blah, blah. And then Mr. Chase said, hold on, you're not going to talk to one of my students like that. Got in his face and they challenged for a match. Okay. They come out to the ring. What does Thea Hale normally do when she comes out to the ring?
Ultimate Warrior status.
Runs all over the place, goes bananas. Sat on the steps like this.
Wow.
On the side of the ring the whole time. Towards the end of the match, throws the towel in the ring when Baron Corbin's on top of Mr. Chase. And I don't know what happened. If Duke pulled the towel out or somebody pulled the towel out before the ref saw it. And she snatched it and walked to the back and left Mr. Chase in the ring.
Dude, now that... And I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to WWE. Because with the whole Cody Rhodes not winning the WrestleMania thing, a lot of people were so y'all dropped the ball. Isn't that? I'm a firm believer in that. However, Triple H said it best. He's like, listen, you know, the story isn't over. And WWE has done a great job here lately of telling long-term, strong stories.
It's honestly, it's a throwback to the Attitude Era.
Exactly.
The long-term storylines, the programs are not, hey, I don't like the way you looked at me. Okay, exactly. we're buddies now.
Yeah.
No, this is a 3 and 4 pay-per-view, premium live event.
Yep.
Only on Peacock. Get your subscription now.
Yep.
Peacock Plus. Premium Plus.
Yes.
Anyways, it's 3 or 4 premium live events long. For some programs, look at the Bloodline.
Yes.
This is 3 years in the making.
Exactly, yes.
So, I agree, man. Like, they're doing some really good work with some of the stuff.
Sure, I agree.
There's some of the stuff that, like, okay.
Yeah.
You gotta have it, but, I mean, way better than the late 20-teens, early 2020s.
Yeah.
They're way better than they were then. That was to me, like, we talked about it before. I quit watching wrestling for a few years.
A lot of us dropped the product. There are a lot of fans who did drop it.
And I was excited for, I watched NXT Lives because they were here and I still watch them live.
Sure.
I didn't watch Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
And I watched AEW.
Facts.
Because they were doing wrestling.
Exactly.
And they were having good programs and good battles. And it was something different. It wasn't the same old stale 5 moves of doom and I'm going to go over and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Exactly.
That was the problem that I had with the Melo Dragunov match was the classic WWE. The guy gets pounded.
Oh, God.
Jumps up like nothing's wrong.
Oh,
does all these spectacular moves. Like, how, if you've been literally just beaten to where you're like laying on the side and your dude's begging you to get up, all of a sudden you just pop up off the mat and do like some kind of jump spin kick. Like, come on, man. When he started doing that, I'm like, it's over. He's going to win. No matter what happens, from this point on, he's going to win. Okay, sorry. Back
No. I'm with you because at the end of the day, and I think this applies to Tiffany Stratton versus Thea Hale. You've got to go with the suspension of disbelief and how a real fight will work out.
Yeah.
On paper, okay.
So I don't know.
Go ahead.
Since you said suspension of belief, how did you feel about the Boston Crab at the
end? Dude.
This on the side of the boot, like this? This is how you grab the boot?
Dude.
Like this? Is this
Bro.
what we're doing?
Bro. You know, man, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when guys would phone it in for guys like Hogan or Sting, where they knew they couldn't like put pressure on the back, so they just did the sloppiest crab they could. That's what it reminded me of, and I was like, why are we doing this? Tiffany Stratton is, for all intents and purposes, she is a larger than average female. And I don't mean that in a negative context. I mean,
she's tall.
I mean that she's tall. She's muscular. She's physically imposing. Tiffany time aside, all the cute stuff aside, she's a physically imposing athlete. I mean, she's probably pushing Charlotte Flair size. I mean, I'm not totally sure about height wise,
right?
But she's pushing that size. She's on the upper level of size, and especially at the side advantage over Thea Hale. So when she squats down to hit a Boston Crab and pull those legs up and really wrench that back, I was like, come on. You can't, and that's what comes to mind. You can't expect me to believe that you want to hurt this girl and lock her in a submission.
And you can't even put it on.
What was that?
So that was kind of like, I got to that point and I was like, this is a really good program. And I thought, in my mind, I'm thinking Bret Hart, Stone Cold.
Yeah.
She's going to pass out before she taps.
Yeah.
And you again, I know we don't want to repeat history. So in my mind, when he threw in the towel, I was like, dang, dude, you just crushed her. Like, you crushed everything in that moment.
Yeah.
And then they're playing it. He did.
Yes.
So I'm interested to see, like, now I want to watch again.
100%.
Because I want to see what happens to Thea.
Yeah.
Because for all intents and purposes, I could care less about Mr. Chase.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah.
I know he's been in the business for 16 years because I was at Chase U. I was at a live event in Fort Pierce, and they honored him that night for being in the business for 16 years. Everyone came from the back, and they did a little ceremony in the ring. In fact, Braun Breaker led the ceremony because he was still a good guy, still a face at the time. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. I had no idea who Duke was until Chase U. But this kid Thea Hale,
Special.
She is Chase U.
She is.
She's the cheerleader that never stops.
Yes.
And you just wrecked her.
You know, I gotta say, I love how creative the finish was. Because in a submission match, all you can do is tap out. How do you sell any other finish? I think they did a great job of giving you kind of a, huh? Because number one, when do you ever see that in WWE? You know,
I don't remember ever seeing them throw the towel in the ring to stop a match.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, or
I've seen them jump in and cause them to stop the match. Like,
sure.
But I've never seen them throw a towel in and say, please stop.
Sure. And then with Tiffany Stratton, you think, Tiffy, if she gets tapped out, obviously she loses the belt, number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, if Tiffy gets tapped out, the suspension of disbelief. Could Thea Hale really tap her out? With all the training she's had? Okay, maybe.
She's tapped her out 2 times before.
Oh, yeah, that's right, though. That's right.
The last event, she had her tapping out, but somebody was distracted the ref in the corner.
Yes.
And she didn't see it, and then Tiffany rolled her up and used a little tight technology
to
pin her.
I like Thea Hale tapping her out, me personally. It's just, if I look at it from a perspective of, could this girl tap this girl out? Suspension of disbelief?
That's my problem with Mello.
There you go. Yes.
That's my problem with Mello. He's a 5'5", 5'6" guy.
Yeah.
Braun is 6 foot and yoked. Come on.
And that's what I'm saying. It's to the point where it's like, you got to have a believable finish. You got to keep them both strong. And of course, Thea Hale, I hate that she took the L. I hate she took the L. Mm-hmm. But it made sense the way it happened because she did not tap. She did not say, I quit. She didn't even pass out. It wasn't her decision. Mm-hmm. And you don't know what could have happened had she had a few more seconds to work her way through it. And I like how they did that. Now, overall in the match, I must say, I think Thea Hale, just as a performer, man, just is, wow, she's light years ahead of what she should be.
At 19.
It's insane.
At 19.
And you know who she reminds me of is, but she's farther along, she reminds me of a younger Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
And Alexa Bliss kind of had some things figured out early on, and when she hooked up Blake and Murphy, it was to the moon because she discovered that 5 feet of fury, and you were like, wow.
Right.
This girl is, I was seeing her at NXT as Fairy Bliss, then Blake and Murphy, and I was like, this girl's special.
Yeah.
This girl is
I seen her
special.
in Oklahoma City, and she wore red tights with white stripe or red trim around it.
And you were like, this girl's special. And simply because she really owned the persona, and you were like, man, she's playing this to the bone.
Yeah.
She is just as vicious. And yo, if you ever partied, I mean, what it is, my friendship partying, we all know a girl like that.
Yeah.
And I think that makes it believable. Like, you know a girl who is probably your boy, his girlfriend, who you can't take her nowhere. Because she'll fight the waitress. Mm-hmm. She'll fight the guy at the movie ticket counter.
Yep.
She'll fight whoever, and she about 5 feet nothing. Ain't got no business fighting nobody.
Right.
But that's what they're selling, and it works because you're like, yeah, she's scrappy.
Well, and on the opposite side, that's what is so believable about Thea Hale.
Yeah.
Is she's sitting at the desk, and she's so excited to be in class and to learn. And then she's so excited to be in the ring with Mr. Chase and Duke and represent Chase U.
Yeah.
And, like, she normally runs up and jumps and lands on her knees and is like, Chase U! And she's just kind of like,
But, you know, man, I say Thea Hale, man, I can't say enough good things about it. I went back and watched some of her previous work. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, this girl has got it. She's got every tool in the trade. Mm-hmm. What first and foremost, get back to the match, I think nothing away from Tiffany Stratton. I think Tiffany Stratton she played her role to the T, and I think Tiffany Stratton's already there. So
I think she lacks some technical.
Ring-wise, yeah.
I think so. Here's a case where I think it's opposite of what we said. This is where the strap is making her.
I agree. I agree with you on that.
Because mic skills, she's getting better. She looks good.
Yeah.
She does some things really well.
Yeah.
The jump on the rope, bing, 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 moonsault.
Yeah.
Top notch.
Money.
Print money with it. But there's a lot of stuff that she does not do well.
And you know what? I will say this about Tiffany Stratton. In 2023, Tiffany Stratton is bringing back diva wrestling with depth.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not just a pretty face. She's not Sable. She's not Trish Stratus. No offense to them. It is what it is. There was a reason why they were who they were, to get the fans that they did and push the product the way they did. Tiffany Stratton is obviously looks that part, can easily be that part, but she has more in-depth, skills in the ring. But I agree with you. She's not tying it all together just yet, but I think she's really in a good place because now the script is flipped, and because of women's empowerment, which is a great thing. You have ladies who are not playing that role, who are not pushing that agenda of it's about the looks, it's about, the sex appeal. Now she is almost a throwback to another era, which is never a bad thing in terms of men or women's wrestling, because you're letting people know, hey, there was an era and a time in wrestling when this was the hot thing. This was all the rage.
I agree.
So I like that she is a diva in a women's wrestling world.
I can't argue with you. I agree. You say Trish Stratus and Sable.
Yeah.
Kelly.
Yeah. Tori
Wilson. That was what women's wrestling was.
Yeah.
Now, there are some great technical wrestlers. Like we mentioned about, she left WWE. She does the Widows.
Oh yeah, Victoria.
Yeah. You got girls like her who are powerhouses that could technically beat you. Jacqueline. Gail Kim.
Yeah.
Who could bang. AJ Lee.
Yeah.
She was cute, but she could bang.
Yeah.
So I like the diversity. It creates diversity because Lord knows I can't stand Charlotte Flair.
Ooh.
And that's a who in the bad way.
Yeah.
You're terrible on the mic. Your matches are botchamania.
Man.
You're a 14-time champion because you won it 4 times in a year. Not because you had that many reigns of terror.
Man, to an extent, I gotta disagree with you. I like Charlotte a lot, but I can't deny your finer points. I do agree that she's been handed reign after reign.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't been the cleanest in terms of everything. She reminds me of many performers who, by hook or by crook, they were gonna get their moves in.
Yep.
I don't care how it came out. I don't care if you're ready or not. Here I come. That's what she does.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
And as someone who enjoys a technically sound match, it's hard to.
I feel you.
It's hard to see that because you've got so many people that put. It's almost to me like you said, phone it in. To me, it's worse than phoning it in. It's like you don't. I'm gonna go back to myself here. I was never the most talented player.
Sure.
I outworked most of the people.
Facts.
Did I outperform a lot of people? Yes, because most of the time when people came to the ball field, I'd already been there for an hour and a half.
Facts.
Hitting balls.
Yes.
So that when game time came, I knew what pitch that I was hitting well that night.
Yeah.
And so I sat on that. When you threw me something that was close to there, I hit it 400 feet over the fence.
Woo!
I didn't care. You know, like it wasn't. I was on another level because I outworked people.
Yes.
And I spent time and I gave up time with my family and time with family and friends to work on my craft.
Yes.
So that when the time came when I was in the spotlight and I had to perform, Melo didn't miss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when I see someone who is the, call it what you will, banner holder, flagship person of a division, who looks like they don't put the work in, because everything is the same thing. She blows moves all the time. And either she's trying stuff that she just can't do, which I don't think that's true. I just don't think she puts the work in like everyone else.
Facts.
That's what my eyes tell me, and what my heart tells me.
Yeah.
And that's my issue with her. I think she's a good performer. I just don't think that she puts the work in that maybe some of the other people do, because you don't see the, again, for lack of a better term, botchamania in everyone's match. Like, you can go down and just watch her match,
Yeah.
and you'll see, like you said, she's going to do it whether it hits or not, and whether it's clean or not, she's doing it.
Yes.
You've said it before. I forget the move where it's called, where she runs.
Natural selection. Dude, by far, I think you did a compilation. That has got to be the worstly timed, the worst executed finisher of all time across multiple matches.
It's gross.
You're like, you didn't even grab her. You didn't even, like, I've seen where she literally just flipped over the girl and the girl just hit her face. She didn't touch her. Just flipped over. Yeah. Like Jedi status.
Things you see in house shows that you don't necessarily see on TV.
Uh-huh.
Kicks that go this far away from someone, and they're like, oh! And you're like, bro, that ain't even touch you.
And it's not a glancing blow either.
No. There was a foot between your face and her heel.
Facts.
How can that have made you spin around like that? And it's the same thing, like, put some, and I get house shows, that's what they're for. I'm not down in them. I'm down in Charlotte Flair because she shouldn't be doing that.
Exactly.
If you're going to be the line starts and ends with me person, you better outwork everyone else.
100%.
What did Tim Tebow say? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Ooh. Well, going back to Thea Hale, I think that adage certainly does not apply to her.
No.
I think she's...
You can tell, bro. They did a vignette on her and said that from 16 years old in high school, her mom would pick her up and drive her to events. Like, her parents were driving her to events to wrestle in.
Yes.
So 3 years into the game, she's got a leg and somebody else's leg up on the competition.
Fast.
Because she outworks everybody.
Yes, and I think that this was one of the... Honestly, this is one of the better women's matches of the year. This can definitely rank up in one of the top women's matches of 2023. I take nothing away from it. I take nothing away from the drama, the story, the build-up. Again, you have that element of the bully versus, the not quite the nerd, but just, the eager go-getter. She's the one who's a bookworm. She's class bad.
Good two-shoes.
Exactly. And then, Tiffy wasn't wrong. Tiffy basically said, hey, listen, it's going to be a spoiler. I'm telling you right now, you have 0% chance of getting this belt. Madden Gold, what up?
What happened to Rhea Ripley?
What happened to Rhea Ripley? I can't call it, fam.
What happened, bro?
Well, you coming on the tail end, brother.
I know, right?
Yeah, man.
You've been sleeping.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Go. You the man, brother. Top fan out here. One of our top fans. Appreciate the love. But, yo, yes. Man, I want to see more of Thea Hale. I went back to watch her career. I definitely just want to see her. I wouldn't even say dialed in. I think she's already dialed in. And what I love is that she has channeled Ultimate Warrior honestly better than any performer I think I've ever seen. Batista has done it. Montez Ford's doing it. But I think her channeling Ultimate Warrior and not making it so on the nose.
Yeah.
But just giving you that nice rope pull and then kind of, just anxious anticipation. You know who I want to see her in the ring with is Nikki Cross.
Thea did come out one time with a string tied around her arms.
Oh, okay.
She did have the
but I think it works if you for a young girl, cheerleading wise, whatever.
You definitely could tell that she was giving the nod to the Warrior.
Sure.
And the difference I think with her and him is she's not blowed.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Yeah, man. Very sorry to hear that, dude. Listen,
oh man, dude, that sucks, bro.
Man, much love out there. What's the dog's name? R.I.P., man. R.I.P. all day. I feel you, bro. Man, that's real, dude. I know, man. I had to recently lay a pet down, and that's no fun, dude. That is, that's family.
I look at my cat. I've had him since he was like, a few weeks old. He could stand in my hand. And we're like 13 years into it.
Wow.
And I'm like, man, I appreciate you, homie.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how long I'm going to have you. I got him in 2012.
Wow. Yeah. We laid our cat down, and she was still about 13, and just couldn't hang, man. Couldn't stay in it, So yeah, it's real, brother. It's real, man. Big shout out, my condolences, our condolences as the team. Much love to you, my brother. Much love to you. Yeah, man. So wow, Great American Bash was. Indeed.
Overall, I give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, that's a solid rating.
There are some places that we talked about that they can improve.
Yeah. I'll agree.
But I think overall it was a good show.
I would say it was a solid rating. I think what could have really put it over it, and I don't think he could have helped it, but I wish Cody Rhodes kind of came out and stood in for his dad. I wish he would have kind of come out and even just introduced the show. Something to, harken back to Dusty, give a nod to Texas, something, that would, and even if they had, I don't know if there's only one surviving Von Erich brother, but I don't know what they could have done as far as
just
giving nod to Texas wrestling.
Somebody, even if Stone Cold came out.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
So.
He's always down with the laws. No, man.
You bring up.
We talk about that. I don't think I know how you feel, but I don't think Dom was set to lose, brother. It wasn't in the cards.
So you bring up a father showing up to wrestling.
Yeah.
Last night, Dom and Mommy are standing in the ring, doing their promo of "We're better than everyone else," and Dom makes the comment that he's the greatest luchador of all time.
Wow.
He said that.
Wow.
Right. Well, out comes Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
And I love Dragon Lee, but my man don't know English that well.
Nah.
So he stumbled his way through a promo. Was not bad. It just, you could tell it was labored because the language wasn't there.
Yeah.
However, he did say that Mommy had Dom's cojones in her purse.
Woo!
So he did catch my man with that. However, here's the cool part. Mommy said he challenged Dom to a fight next week. He said, "You're not the GOAT. I want to challenge you to a fight." And Mommy said, "I'll be there. I'll be in Dom's corner." And she goes, "Wherever Dom goes, Mommy goes." And he goes, "I'm glad you said that because I got somebody that's going to be in my corner." and he kind of steps to the side, and the Jumbotron comes on. And guess who's on the Jumbotron? Ray Ray. Ray Ray said, "Hey, Dom, it's your father."
Woo!
And he called him out and said, "How can you disrespect everyone like that?" He goes, "I'm going to be there next week in Dragon Lee's corner cheering for him to win."
Wow.
So, that was pretty dope.
Yes.
Now, in true Dom fashion, towards the end of the show, he's out in the parking lot, and Axiom approaches him. And he goes, "This guy again?"
Yeah.
And he thought it was Dragon Lee.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, "Bro, I'm not Dragon Lee." and then Mustafa tried to interrupt him and get his rematch because I didn't lose.
Yeah.
But it was just.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? Yeah. Raquel, he's trying to get back with her, but I think Mommy's gonna have the upper hand in that feud.
Yeah, Mommy already put her in the hospital.
Yeah, I think Mommy's gonna have the upper hand. Yeah.
Mommy gave her the have fun in rehab line. I still think that is the greatest. That is one of the greatest things ever.
Dude, that is brilliant.
Have fun in rehab.
Dude, that is cruel.
Mm-hmm.
Cruel. Oh, man, he's actually a monster. Yeah, buddy. Hey, man. Yeah, you know what? I'm doing the, tonight is all about the zero sugar. Okay, zero sugar. Your boy's on the keto. Okay, I feel like I'm shrinking a little bit.
I will tell you this: we would have some Woo Energies out there, but they're not sponsoring us yet.
Not yet.
Opportunities.
Yeah, I feel you, brother. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is great stuff. Honestly, man. This and the orange. I just tried the white, the original Monster Ultra. And I'm very impressed at what Monster can do with zero sugar. I'm a Rockstar guy through and through.
Mm-hmm.
But Rockstar Zero Sugar, it tastes like Rockstar, yet you really...
You get the medicine-y. Yeah.
Bro, you got to muscle that down. You have to muscle it down. Yeah. Drink it fast, you're right. But this
well,
not
bad.
bad.
I used to say that people would ask me about pre-workouts. They're like, "How's that taste?" I'm like, "I don't know." They're like, "What do you mean, I don't know?" I said, "I chug it. I don't drink it.
Yeah.
I don't drink it for taste, brother. I drink it for effect."
Yes.
So it's nice when you got something that has the taste as well as the effect. But
yes.
I used to be like, "Around."
Yes, facts. All right, rapid fire, we're going to wrap up, y'all. But rapid fire. Ooh, yeah. That's right, man. Go. That's what's up. Rapid fire.
We got a interesting little weekend ahead of us.
SummerSlam? What else?
There is a possibility that one of us may go to a Coastal Championship Wrestling show.
Hey.
I haven't ruled it out yet.
I feel you. Hey, CCW is going to be in Port St. Lucie, Florida this weekend. Hey, check them out. Google CCW. We'll share more information here just to let you guys know what's going on. We definitely want to support local wrestling events because you know what, man? You got guys and girls who are literally, breaking their bodies to give quality entertainment, wrestling entertainment. Man, they're doing outstanding. A lot of them work, man. They work regular jobs. They're pursuing their dream. So it means the world for you to come out. So CCW is a great organization who's trying to put this on. If you were going to be down in the South Florida area, give them a chance. All right? Give them a chance.
What kind of trash are you talking?
Cody Rhodes so overrated.
What does that say? I watch Cars.
You know what? I'll say this. I can agree with you on the fact that, Cody was just getting booed at AEW. He goes over to WWE. The crowd's going crazy for him. And I agree with you on this, IWCast. I'll say this. I think one of the problems that we have nowadays, WWE especially, is you have a lot of casual fans who don't know who to cheer for. Like, there was a young lady at a wrestling show that we went to, and she was casual. Her dad was more into it. And she's like, hey, who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? I think we're seeing that with Cody. I think a lot of people got behind Cody and said, hey, he's the guy. You should support him. And people caught on to that and said, oh, he's the guy.
And it helps his theme song is very catchy.
Bro, 100%. And then, of course, his whole branding.
Hey, the wrestling in the pay-per-view against Seth with the torn chest muscle, the torn pectoral muscle, with his whole side of his chest black and blue, did wonders for that guy. Shelton Benjamin should have been a world champion. No doubt. No doubt.
Agree. But you know what? I wouldn't have put the WWE title on him, strap on. I would put the World Heavyweight Championship on him back in the day.
I think U.S. champ, Intercontinental champ.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, world champion. I mean, Shelton Benjamin has just never really had a strong personality. You know?
About the personality of that can.
I'm about to say, he's kind of like watching cardboard, you know? Just, it's what it is.
I am Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even when he's good, yeah.
I will beat you in the ring with my superior wrestling skills.
Yeah, when he's been given the ball, it's just been like, okay. And it takes more than just putting on a great match. It does. It really, really does.
So, I think we've had some key issues that kind of have reshaped what we would expect to see at SummerSlam.
What's that?
Kevin Owens is hurt.
Dang.
Out of commission. The women's tag team champs are hurt.
Yes.
Out of commission. So those are two major acts that would have been in programs at SummerSlam. What I haven't heard, I've heard a lot of singles matches. I haven't heard the traditional SummerSlam match. Have you?
The traditional SummerSlam match?
Yeah, where they do like the one show versus one team versus the other team.
You know Smash? Yeah.
I got confused. I kept thinking that. Thoughts on Evan Bourne?
You talking about Matt Sydal, currently at AEW?
Yeah.
Hey man, I'll say this.
I think he took the greatest RKO of all time.
100%.
And that was a one-off. They talked about it and never did it.
That was crazy. Yeah. I saw the interview. I'm like, that's crazy. Let me talk to you. Yeah.
Let me talk to you.
But no, on Evan Bourne, I think one thing is for certain. I think WWE oftentimes looks ahead and they know what they're doing, and they know when a guy is just not able to get that push.
Yeah.
You know, I think they know deep down, even if a guy is great at what he does in the ring, he's just not the guy. And here's the thing. Here's how you prove him wrong or demonstrate that that's simply not true. You do what Drew McIntyre did, what Cody Rhodes did.
You go away and build yourself up and come back.
100%. You know what I'm saying? You do what Bobby Lashley has done. These guys went out.
But here's my problem. Think of the guys that you just named.
Yeah.
Okay? Tell me about their statures.
I mean, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, monsters. You know,
Cody Rhodes is not little.
He's definitely a heavyweight. He's a true heavyweight.
Evan Bourne is not. So, guys like that, unfortunately.
Hey, man, go soon. You never know, brother. We'll catch up with you.
Hey, where are you at in Alabama? Cuz?
Yeah.
Where at? Because I used to live in Trussville. But, yeah, I mean, it was like when Rey Mysterio was the champ.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. I could throw Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, dude.
Like, unfortunately, little guys like that they're gonna be stuck in that limbo of mid-card talent.
Yeah, and one thing the WWE Northport, okay. Let's see. In relation to, I'm from Pensacola. In relation to Pensacola, let's see. Pensacola to Northport, Alabama. Like a tight.
But I think those guys.
Yeah. Okay, you're like 4 hours away from my hometown. That's not bad.
those guys, unfortunately, it's just like you said, suspension of belief. It's not. I don't believe that Evan Bourne can be a world title holder.
No, I agree. I agree, and I think the challenge. Evan Bourne admitted that he had got into using substances and messed his career up, and he had a second chance, whatever. But I think also the problem is that WWE never takes. I don't care who you are. Kofi was an exception to the rule. Rey Mysterio exception to the rule. WWE typically does not take high flyers seriously. They will both.
Kofi wasn't really a high flyer though.
This is true. This is true. Not literally. I mean, he was a spot guy.
Yeah.
You know,
big spot guy.
Big spot guy. Yeah. You know, always a Royal Rumble. Always, you know, some kind of acrobatics or whatever.
He's a Dolph Ziggler.
Exactly. Yeah. So WWE, when it comes to high flyers, you look at Ricochet. Look at Evan Bourne. You know what I'm saying? You look at guys in the past. You know, Jeff Hardy had a whole unique gimmick, so that I wouldn't really count Jeff Hardy in that mix. But, you know, you look at Sin Cara. I mean, there's a lot of guys who WWE said, nah, because they like high flyers to basically enhance matches, but not to be the brand.
No, Vince said it. He likes big dudes.
Yeah.
Big beefy guys. I mean, look at the traditional champions from day one.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, Randy Macho Man Savage, Triple H, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall.
Yeah.
Just big. Shawn Michaels was an exception because Shawn Michaels is in a category all by himself.
Exactly.
If you really want to talk about GOATs, that's my vote for greatest of all time.
As a performer, I mean, even Sting said, when he was asked, greatest wrestler other than you, and Sting said Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels. And he probably, when they said it, he probably didn't think very long.
No, he didn't. He went, Shawn Michaels. It was like, okay.
Yeah. But most of the guys that are champions for WWE are big guys.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is not little. He's a big guy.
He's a big guy for real. Real life, he's
Booker T's a big guy. Everybody that's held the big strap for a while has been big guys.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar, 6'2", 285-pound monster.
Absolutely.
Braun Strowman, monster. They like big guys. And in all honesty, everyone in sports does. Unfortunately, if you're a baseball player and you're 5'8" and 175 pounds, in all reality, you would have to be otherworldly to get noticed.
Wow.
You just would.
Facts.
I coached college baseball for 3 years.
Facts.
And I had a kid on my team who was a shortstop.
Yeah.
He's one of my best friends in the world now.
Yeah.
But he was too small. And they told him, why would we take you when we got a guy that's 6'2" that can do what you can do and he's younger than you?
Nah, man.
Why would we take you? You're 5'10". Why wouldn't we take the guy that's 6'2", who runs the same speed as you, bats similar to you, maybe not as good as you, but is as good a fielder as you? Why would we take you? Because you're littler. It's just the way that the sports world goes. The bigger guys that are big and can move and athletic are going to get the pushes and they're going to get built up.
You're talking fast. Montez Ford, well, you know, but think about it like this. What's up with Street Profits right now? Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
That's what's up. That's love right there, brother. That's love. Yeah, Montez Ford. I mean, again, like I said, look at Street Profits right now.
Yeah, but he's not going to be a world champion.
And now, when Street Profits were first popping off, there was talks that Montez Ford was going to be the next Rock. He was going to be this. He was going to be that. But here's the thing. Again, let's look at the trajectory of his career. Is he getting the singles push? Is all that happening? Or is he, and it doesn't help that they're kind of a comedy act.
I think And there's been interviews recently where they said there's never been talks of breaking us up. It's been rumors, but they've never came to us with anything to break us up.
Yeah.
And we talked about this earlier. Unfortunately, they're typecast in that stereotypical black male role.
You're talking facts.
And they play into it.
Yeah,
they play into it. And I don't know. I can't say it's partly their fault, because if your boss is paying you $1 million to do a job, you're going to do the job.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you ask me, hey, you're going to do that Street Profits gimmick, and like you said, you're paying me millions of dollars. I'm probably going to do it. And like any good wrestler, you take what's given to you, you work it, and then you try to make it something else, something different.
Hey, look at Goldust. You got a redneck from Texas.
Yes.
Playing an androgynous thing. And when you listen to it, he was like,
Yeah, of course.
And then he was like, okay, I'll do it. And then the more he thought about it and the more he got into it, it became... At first, he said it was a thing that he tried to get the other characters to break.
Yeah.
And then it became a part about just laying into the character.
Yes.
And when he laid into the character, it went through the moon.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Woo, brother. I'm fading. This is wearing off, y'all.
The roles have
$1 million. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. So listen, y'all. About to wrap up, but one thing I do want to address.
Go ahead. We're still live.
Oh, I got you. I do want to address The Rock potentially returning at SummerSlam.
So there has been a lot of rumors about a superstar returning for the Bloodline match to interfere, to go one way or the other. Okay, so let's say The Rock does return. What does he do?
Well, interesting you say that. Apparently, Grayson Waller has been calling him out, making fun, doing all this stuff.
Well, I saw that.
Yes. Yeah. And so, rumor has it, Rock is going to come back, basically cut a promo on Grayson Waller, probably jack him up, get even with him for insulting him. And then, because he happens to be at the show, somehow being involved in the tribal combat match, what I would say is this. If you smell, what I would say, and what's smart, is since Jimmy can't jump in to protect Jay, and Jay has nobody in his corner, if The Rock just evens up the odds and maybe takes out Solo, and then Roman in tribal combat goes a little too far, who knows what he's going to pull out? Pipe wrench, axe, I don't know what he's going to pull out.
Yeah.
But The Rock says, hey, that's enough. Okay? That's, Roman, I was good with what you had to do. You did what you had to do to be the man, whatever. This is taking it too far. It's about the family now. Knock it off.
Yeah.
Okay? That's maybe what I could foresee happening. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you got to fit him into a spot there. So yeah.
I think Jimmy comes back for sure.
Jimmy, okay.
I think Jimmy comes back and takes out Solo.
Got you.
And that makes things even. Him and Solo get into their program on the side.
Sure.
And now you have Jay versus Roman.
Got you.
I don't know how you play it out with Jay winning. That's my only problem. I can't see how you progress the storyline with Jay winning. Unless he wins to say, I told you you've gone too far. And then gives it back to him.
Wow.
Says, I don't want this. I just wanted you to see that you've gone too far.
Wow.
That's the only way I can see Jay winning.
Wow.
Is to reunite the bloodline, give Roman back The lead dog. Dude, you're the lead dog. There's no doubt about it. You're the lead dog. You've been the big dog for a while now. Take it. But don't go crazy. Because I'll always be here to take it back from you.
Wow.
You know?
Interesting.
And I'll be your right-hand man. I'll hold you up. But don't disrespect me.
Wow.
And don't disrespect our family. That's the only way I can see it.
I could see.
I just threw a Chinese star in your brain, didn't I?
You did. I mean, I like the booking. I just don't see Jay going over Roman. I just don't.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's the only way.
Yeah.
That's the only way that I can see it happening is if he wins and then gives it to him and says, "I just wanted to show you that you've crossed the line." But we still got Cody's prophecy playing out.
Oh, you're 100%. If it wasn't for a bloodline, Roman wouldn't be here.
Correct.
You're right, my brother. You're right.
So, Cody's prophecy still has to
It
play
has
out.
to. It has to.
Because it's still playing out. Like, everything that he said, Jay's going to turn on you. Jimmy's going to leave you. Solo's next. Then the wise man. Then you're going to be all alone. And then Cody's coming back to fight you.
Yeah.
So, it's still kind of playing out. That's why I love the interactions with Solo, because sometimes he's full on enforcer for Roman, and sometimes you can see things running in his mind like, I don't know about all this.
Yeah, facts.
It's just interesting. We'll have to wait till Saturday to see.
Facts. Or there's Rikishi, who could step into the fray and talk sense into his little boy. And say, nah, this ain't the way, Oos.
But the tribal leaders told him.
Facts.
They told him they had to have this fight. Maybe they have to have this fight so that Roman beats him and he learns that, hey, you got to fall in line.
Well, I mean to say that Rikishi could tell his little boy Solo, hey, listen.
Oh, okay.
You know what? This ain't the way. Roman's doing his thing. He's tribal chief. He's a man. He can stand on his own, too. But you can't be winning for him.
And you can't be disrespecting your brothers.
Exactly. Because now you put it on the... Now, if he's not winning his own battles, he's no chief. You know, so you could paint it in that direction. Or what I love is Rikishi coming back to plead with his son. Solo pulling, just like what Roman did to Jay. And... you know, Rikishi having a heartfelt moment, and you say, okay, man, this is awesome. And then Solo spikes his father.
There's so many things they can
do. If that happens, I mean, it's going to go crazy. And then you could have The Rock come out. Or even the Raw after. Rock comes out and says, listen, guys, it's one thing that you've been running roughshod on WWE. It's one thing that you've been fighting with each other. Brothers fight. It happens. But you put your hands on the elders. Now you escalated it to another level. And I've been asked by the tribal council, by the elders,
to smash you.
Exactly. Now I got to teach you a lesson.
And then he's got to, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, that... I don't know. It's so
dude,
good.
It's legit.
I told you, best.
My dog named man. R.I.P. Tucker.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tucker. You will be missed. What else you got, man? We got something else before we sign off for the peoples.
I'm interested in the Gunther Drew McIntyre match.
Oh, hands down, bro.
That's going to be a banger, and a banger, not the banger like high spot match. I think it's going to be two guys just literally just slugging each other.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
As JR would say, a slobber knocker.
Yes, indeed.
I think there's a lot of stuff going to happen. I'm interested to see. We didn't talk about one thing, and I want to talk about this before we go. And I said, let's put it on the shelf till later.
Yes.
Collision promo.
Ah, yes.
CM Punk's been carrying around a red bag.
Uh-huh.
He's been carrying it around for a while.
Uh-huh.
And he never revealed what was in it until Collision.
Uh-huh.
And he pulls out the heavyweight championship that he never lost.
Facts.
Legitimately so.
Facts.
It still has my name on it.
Yeah.
It's still got my blood and my sweat on it. Because I earned this and I did not lose it.
Yeah.
And then he paints an X on it for straight edge.
Oh.
And he calls out Ricky Starks.
Wow. Interesting.
That was pretty big. Because that throws a little bit of shade at MJF.
Oh, of course.
Because you're not the true champion.
Of course.
Because you were given that belt, you didn't win it.
Ooh.
You didn't pin me. He said it. You want to be the man, you got to beat the man, and no one's ever beat me.
Well, you know what? The classic storyline, and it's not just a storyline in wrestling. This plays out in professional sports, in combat sports all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing. You have boxers who win an interim title and it's champion versus champion to unify the titles.
Yep.
UFC, MMA. You have
Conor McGregor.
Exactly. You unify titles.
He was the interim champion when he fought Jose Aldo.
There you go. Exactly. You unify titles in these sports. You have champion versus champion. It happens in combat sports all the time, and so it makes for interesting dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Who would actually win if they really faced each other, and it was clean, and you had to decide a champion?
Could we see a CM Punk MJF at Wembley?
That would be very interesting. I'm up for
a title unification match.
I'm up for it because I like what AEW has done to quickly get interim champions in the mix, and not just keep the belt in limbo or whatever. But I think now you've got to pay it off. Otherwise, what's CM Punk doing bumping his gums? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm with that. Because the red bag's been a thing for a while.
Thanks, AJ.
AJ! Yeah, the red bag's been a thing for a little bit. But now Punk is he's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing with the title, and I want to see it. I do want to see what comes of his title reign, so to speak.
You know who that is?
AJ Lee?
Shift Culture, AJ.
Oh, that's the AJ! I'm tripping.
Yeah. At least that's who I think it is. I could be wrong.
Is that AJ? I believe it is. Look at his profile, man. Yeah, that's AJ. Behind the camera. Yeah, AJ. I see you. He
catching the tail end would be about to pass out.
Listen, brother.
I literally might have to get some no-dos and give my man some no-dos for him to make it home.
Man. Yeah, we feeling okay. I'm glad Adam Cole MJF better than you, baby, didn't break up. Oh. Yeah, they're going to drag that out.
That's money, though.
That's all money.
That's all money.
But you know what I don't like about it, and it is what it is. I might be nitpicking, but I don't like the World Heavyweight Champion going for the tag team titles.
Roman did it.
But here's the thing.
Roman did it.
Yeah, Roman did it. You're right.
But he didn't get them.
But here's the thing. Here's my issue with it. Roman literally broadcasted. He stated he made his mission that he wanted all the gold.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Ric Flair. Flair for the gold. Just a gold rush. He made it the point. It was his plan. MJF, it just kind of seemed like, okay, you're in this tournament. It's a hodgepodge type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you're going for tag team gold? What is this about?
Well, I think that was the whole thing of the tournament, was to try to create new tag teams to challenge for the titles.
Sure.
And they created money with Adam Cole and MJF. You throw a bunch of cards against the wall hoping one of them sticks. And one of them did stick, and it stuck really well.
Yes, and I get why they did it and how they did it. It's just, I think my challenge with that whole scenario is, it's not WWE. AEW has great tag teams. They can keep mixing that division up.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do this.
I know.
But it's entertaining. It's entertaining nonetheless.
They did create something that don't fall asleep behind the wheel. Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna have to follow him home.
Yo, fam, listen.
Y'all keep in mind. You don't understand. We get up every morning and at 5:30 to do Bible study. So
yeah, man, it's the real deal.
At this point of the night, we're both running on E.
Yeah, for real, on fumes, y'all.
So that being said, I think let's call this one to an end.
Woo!
We appreciate everybody. AJ, thanks for hopping on, man.
Thanks for the love.
Love you, bro. Madden Goat. Love you too. You're a #1 viewer. You've been on here more and interacted more than anyone. We love you.
Yes.
We will come to see you at some point in this whole realm of things.
Yes.
We will be in your area, the woods. We will come to see you. We love you guys. And peace out, Girl Scout.
Yeah.